This is 52 things actually of frugal habits that you can do over time that just save a ton of money. A lot of it is just little nitty gritty things, but a lot of it too is like the mindset of it, because that is where you're really going to see the biggest difference. You have to change your mind on how you save money and spend it. Hello again. You might be here from the last time I lied and said that I was going to be doing 50 frugal things. I was going to, it got too long, and so I broke it up into two different 25. Okay, so this is actually number 26, but it's one for this video. I don't know how many I counted yet. So first one is cut your own hair. I have been cutting my husband's hair since the day that we were married. I have been cutting my son's hair since the day he was born. Well, he didn't need a haircut for a while, but I've been doing all of his own haircuts. And then my daughter, as soon as she needs a haircut, I'm going to figure it out, because guess what? It is just a simple YouTube video and then you figure it out. It's going to be a couple of like gnarly haircuts, but then it's fine because hair grows back. And I am just fine giving my own hair a trim. I don't like doing it because I'm a little bit lazy, which is why it is so long these days. But I also have my sister-in-laws do it occasionally. They're not qualified, but they do it. And guess what? It's fine. I have paid for one singular haircut since I think 2009. Anyways, the next up, this is a bit controversial, but don't buy makeup. I kind of have a lot against makeup. I am a little like disgusted when I see these huge hauls of girls going to like Sephora and Ulta and coming out with these 3 little products, and they are like, oh, I spent $200 at Ulta today. I'm like, on what? I also really get bothered by the idea that you only feel beautiful if you have makeup on. I don't agree with that. I feel like you should be confident in your own skin. These are all of my own opinions. If you love doing makeup and you feel like it's a good creative outlet and you just love it, then that's great. I like spending my money on other things. Next up is surround yourself with frugal people, because this is it's a big thing. When you are surrounded by people that just like to spend a lot of money and like don't even think twice about it, it's really hard for you to think twice about it because you just get caught up in it. And if you're surrounded by people that are frugal and they tend to do things that are free or super cheap, and it's just, you can still have a really fun time in life without spending so much money on things. Next up is to cut off anybody that does make you feel a lot of pressure or shame about not spending a ton of money on things. There's absolutely nothing wrong with spending within your own means. In fact, I think that that's a lot cooler than being in debt and being super anxious and stressed out because your financial situation is not very good. And if anybody in your life is making you feel bad about that, then I don't think that they need to be in your life. I don't think that that relationship is serving you. So I would try to have a conversation and talk about it. And if they are still making you feel bad about not going out and buying a bunch of stuff all the time, then I would just create some distance. If this is an option, I know it is not everywhere, but try driving less. Look at what kind of public transport you have. If you can bike to work, if you can walk to the grocery store, whatever is available, do it, because cars are super expensive. We think of them as a necessity, and again, when we think of something as necessary, then we justify it, and as soon as we justify it, we pretend like we aren't actually spending money on it, which is just not the case. You can also try carpooling. Like, there are a lot of options. You just kind of have to get crafty and be a little more okay with not having the most comfortable ride to work or whatever. Don't start with shopping new. I hardly ever just immediately go to a store and buy something. I will oftentimes think of something that I want. I'll think about it for way too long. And then when I finally do decide that I want it, I will look on Facebook Marketplace. I will be looking at thrift stores. Shopping new is just so expensive. Almost 100% of our furniture in our house right now is secondhand. We got it from friends that were moving and were selling stuff. It takes a lot longer, but it is so worth it in the end. First of all, I like the quality of the things that you can source secondhand a lot better because it's not just cheap IKEA stuff that's going to break after a few years. And then I also like the aesthetic of it. Like, I just feel like it's a little more eclectic. It's a little more thought out. I can speak to my style a little bit more than, again, just going to IKEA and picking out what they have available. Next up, huge one. Do not browse. Browsing is the epitome of wasting your money because these corporations spend so much money trying to figure out how to make you feel like you need something. No malls, no scrolling, no Amazon must-haves. If you don't have something super specific on your list, do not go looking, because as soon as you do, you start to think, oh, I would love this item and it would change my life. Did you know about that item last week? Absolutely not. This is a fun one. It's like an activity. Cut all of your subscriptions and only re-add them after a certain length of time if you find that you are really missing something. How many of us are subscribed to Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, all of the different TV subscriptions, to Audible, to Amazon Prime, to Spotify? Like, all of these things add up. And again, we just like sign up for it and then we forget that we are paying money to it every single month. So I challenge you to unsubscribe from every single one of them. And if you are just really struggling or you really are missing it, then go ahead and add it back. So we actually did this. First of all, this is a side ramble, but we had Disney Plus for our toddler and I hated it. It was such a battle because Disney Plus made it way too easy for kids to, first of all, click onto anything, and second, the way that they had it set up. So it's like the new episode would just start automatically, and it was just such a struggle to get him to turn it off. But now the way that we have it set up, he only has a handful of options to watch a movie of, and so he goes and then he picks out which one he wants to watch. We set it up for him because he can't, because it's a little too complicated. He watches it and then he doesn't have a thing in his face saying next episode in 10 seconds counting down and then the dopamine hit of that next episode starting, that he just turns off the computer and he walks away from it. There's no arguments, there's no tantrums, and it is the most beautiful thing in the world. So if you feel like you need Disney Plus for your children, you don't, and it might actually make your life easier and more beautiful if you just cut it out. See what happens. The only thing that we added back, because we really did truly miss it, was Spotify, which is really weird, but we just listen to music all the time. I don't have enough storage on my phone to be like downloading all of this stuff. I also don't want to be buying all of the music. Anyways, it's great. My husband's a musician. He's constantly listening to music too, so that is something that we personally added back in because we just found so much value that it brought to our life. Next up, use the library. It's incredible, especially for children's books. I love going about every week and a half to 2 weeks. I get this big giant bag and I fill it full of books, and it is just, I love the variety it brings. I love the conversations that we're able to have. I learned so much stuff personally from all these children's books. Like, it's just such a beautiful thing. Also, we just have a really fun time with it. Like, we do this big long walk to the library. It's about 2 kilometers. We go to the library and then we will play at the park after or whatever, and it's a lot of fun. We all really enjoy it. Buying books every time you want to read a book can be very pricey, but obviously if we go to the library, it's for free. Doing free entertainment. There are so many things like hiking, swimming, tennis, like all of these different things. They're awesome, first of all, because there's so many more health benefits to getting outside and doing something enjoyable like that, or just moving your body, versus going to a movie theater or going to bars with all of your friends or hanging out at clubs and drinking way too much. It just seems like one of those things where it's like, this has so many positive benefits and is so much cheaper, and this is just, why are we choosing what we choose? Anyways, and then going along with that, it's just focusing on your health, because your health is one of the biggest investments you will ever make in yourself. Obviously, there are a lot of things that are just unavoidable. If you get into a car crash, there's nothing you could have done to prevent that, but trying hard to live a healthier lifestyle by moving your body, by eating a balanced diet and cutting out a lot more of the overly processed foods. Scientifically, I'm not even arguing this, it helps prevent things like heart disease and diabetes, and there's just so many benefits, again, that come from moving your body and eating good food. And in turn, you will feel a lot better and it will save you a lot of money. This does ebb and flow through life. If you're going through a hard time, focusing on your health is not always the priority, and that's okay, because everything goes in phases, and once you do get through that hard time, there's still plenty of time to be healthy again. Declutter and donate or sell your stuff. I heard somebody say this once, where it's like, if you have something in your house, you are paying for the real estate of it. And that has always kind of stuck with me, because you are paying so much for your house or whatever you're renting, and to have something in your home, you are paying for that space, for that item. So make sure that the things that you have in your home are really making you happy, or they're serving you in some way. This is something that you have to keep on top of all of the time. There's never a time in life where you can just kind of let this go, especially when you have kids in the house, because things just come in so frequently in such large volumes. I usually do like a big quarterly cleanse. It feels so good, and I love purging and decluttering. If you have things that you're ready to let go of that are like a higher value, go ahead and try to sell it. Put it up on Facebook Marketplace, see what happens. Or the next best option, bring it to a charity shop. Doesn't even have to be Goodwill. If you're anti-Goodwill, just take it somewhere and get it out of your house. Send it out to the universe and let somebody else that might really love that item find it, because I do this all the time. I go thrifting all the time and I find things that I really love and will use the heck out of. And I'm so grateful that whoever decided to go ahead and donate that item because they were done with it. I obviously have a lot to say about minimalism. I think it's one of the greatest things ever. I have videos about it. I will definitely be making more. Anyways, moving on. Frugal gifting is another big one. So I think it is pretty cool to be very intentional with our gifts. I am very anti just like giving a gift card or something like that, when you could be a little more thoughtful and give like a gesture or even like a baked thing. Like, I don't know. I love things that are consumable, that are just really thought out. So it's like even going to the thrift store and buying something secondhand that I know that that person will love. I personally love receiving that so much more because one, I know that you didn't spend a ton of money on it, and two, there's just so much more love and intention put into it. I know a lot of people can get a little weird about secondhand gifts, but not me. Next up, this is another potentially contentious one, but being sober, there's no way around it. It just saves you so much money by not drinking alcohol. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing, but even if you like cut it way back and just have like a few social drinks every so often, it just saves so much money. Along with that, just drink water. I love water. I love ice water. I drink it all day long. I don't drink enough of it actually. Guess what? Water is virtually free. Everything else you have to pay for. It's also what your body wants. Your body just wants water. It's made out of water. It needs a lot of water. It's good. And I will say my love of water started after I did too many hikes where I didn't bring enough water. And after that, I don't know. I feel no shame in going to a place and them asking what drink I want and saying water. I like water. Water's amazing. Have a smaller home. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about this. I don't ever want a huge gargantuan home. I would much rather, I like the vibe of like a nice cozy home. I like being able to see from one end of my house to the other. It takes less time to clean. I can always keep tabs on my kids wherever they are. I can hear everything that's going on in the house. I don't need like a baby monitor to keep tabs of where they're at and how they're doing. And it's also just so much cheaper. If you are already in a big house, maybe try to downsize and see what happens. And then along with that, if you are a 2-car household, or 3 or 4, however many cars you have, see if you can cut it down. Because again, cars are just so freaking expensive. The upkeep on them, the gas that you're having to pay for, the insurance, there's so much money that is just a sinkhole for cars. So if you can find a different way to live your life so that you don't have to have so many vehicles, all of that money can be put towards other things in your life. So this is a fun one. Be patient with accumulating plants. I love plants. I think that they make a home homey and just a lot more beautiful, and I think they have a lot of benefits. However, I don't spend like hardly any money on plants. Almost every single one of our plants is free, either from friends that are moving, or we just get like propagations or cuttings from our friends' plants over time. I have honestly found so many plants on the curbs, like people will just put them out. One note is just to make sure that you kind of quarantine them before bringing them into your home, because sometimes they do have little like aphid infestations and you don't want to introduce that to all of your plants. So just be wary of that. And the other thing too is like, don't just fall into the trap of just buying the trendy plants, because I could go out and spend $80 on a monstera, or I can get my free plants that look awesome and that I didn't spend any money on. Have a do-it-yourself mentality and get handy. YouTube videos are your friend. Anytime you have something break down, think, how can I fix this? Instead of let's buy somebody professionally to come and fix this. They charge an exorbitant, a very high price to just come out to your house, and then they charge so much by like the 30 minutes. If you can fix it yourself, do it. It's also such a fun process to figure out how to fix things yourself, and then it just empowers you, and then it helps you to be able to tackle more and bigger problems down the road. Buckle down and pay off debts quickly, so then you aren't paying all that extra money in interest. This goes for any kind of debt. I am a huge believer in just dumping a bunch of money into it, getting it out of your life, getting that negativity, that weight, that stress, just letting it all go away because you just buckled down and paid it off really fast. Because interest is such a double-edged sword. It can work for you or it can really hurt you. And unfortunately with debts, it is doing nothing but harming you. And these corporations are they're raking in so much money off of interest, which is just the silliest thing in the the world. Like, don't get me started because I will rant about this forever. I hate it when loans take advantage of especially young people that are just trying to figure out life. They accidentally get into quite a bit of debt and then they are paying on that for like the rest of their life and is paying so many more thousands of dollars in interest because they didn't know better. And this just comes along with, like, if you're a parent, teach your kids about financial literacy. This is so important because a lot of us don't find this stuff out until we're in our 20s, our 30s, and by that point, sometimes it's too late. It makes me sick hearing these stories about these young kids that go to school and get $100,000 into debt, and it's just life ruining. It is crushing for them to have to live under that stress for so many years. Or the really sad stories of these young people just getting a credit card and not really understanding how it works or how to take care of it, and so they amass these huge consumer debts that have such high interest rates, and it's just almost impossible to get out from underneath them. So again, if you're a parent, teach your kids, and if you are a young person, do the research, do the work now to figure out how to avoid getting into a lot of debt in the first place. And be very intentional, because if you are getting into a debt, that is a huge commitment that is going to last for years. So make sure that it is worth it and it is going to pay itself off. Get done with your phone plan. We do not have data on our phones, and we have such a cheap phone plan. We can call and text wherever we are, but we do not have data. So we have to be on Wi-Fi to be able to use our phones. And I kind of love it because it makes me a lot more present when I'm out and about with my kids. I cannot be checking Instagram. I cannot be checking Facebook. Like, all of those things, I literally cannot access them. So my phone is just kind of a dumb brick when I'm out and about. If you are worried about not having data, one of the things that we do, we download the Google Maps. So we do have access to that wherever we are. Other than that, I kind of feel like you don't need it. Like, you're gonna be okay. And if there is some emergency, drive to a local public building and it will give you Wi-Fi. Next, buy in bulk. I love doing this. I love going to bulk stores, and it just saves you a lot of money in the long run. It might not feel like it because it kind of hurts going to a bulk store and like buying these bigger quantities of things, but it just saves money overall. Okay, this is another favorite of mine. Ask for things and put it out in the universe. I am not even kidding. I have gotten so many amazing things for free. One, because I've either asked for it, like just the power of saying, oh man, I've been looking for blank. Usually whoever you're talking to will be like, oh, I know so-and-so. They have this thing and they don't want it anymore. Oh, wow, I just got this like $100 thing for free. Or I don't know, I feel like there is some like crazy power that I will say like, oh man, I really want a mirror. And then a mirror shows up on the side of the road on your block. Like, it's bizarre and it's freaky. But a couple of things with that. First of all, you gotta believe. You gotta believe it's gonna show up on your doorstep. And then second, being brave enough to ask for it, because a lot of us aren't. And I feel like that's just a big thing. Like, we're so private about it, but it's kind of silly to say like, oh man, I'm looking for this thing. And then you never know what that person's going to say. Like, oh, I found this at a super sale at whatever. Or I just saw one at the thrift store today, or whatever. Just see what happens. Tap into the social network. And then 3, you just have to be patient with it. So if you say, I'm looking for a mirror, maybe don't expect that you will find it that day. Sometimes it does happen, but a lot of times you have to wait like, you know, a couple weeks and then just watch. It's gonna show up. Because my theory is that we are just so inundated with how much consumeristic crap we all buy all the time that we just get rid of a lot of things. And so really, if you're looking for something, someone in your neighborhood is getting rid of that thing. So just give it time, ask around for it, see what happens. The next thing, we are very lucky here in Vancouver. We have this amazing Buy Nothing group. There are a lot of these groups all over the place. So if you're not already tapped into one, Google it and see if there is one. Our Buy Nothing group is amazing. They post things all the time. Sometimes it's really silly things like, oh, I have this half-used bag of tea that I'm not finishing. If anybody wants it, come and grab it. We have grabbed it. But sometimes too, it's like, oh, I have this Baby Bjorn bouncer that's like $200. If anybody wants it, it's free for you if you use it. And it's like, wow, I'm saving hundreds of dollars. And a lot of times you're able to even ask for things. So if you're looking for something specific, you can post about it. And again, if somebody just has it sitting at their house, they don't even want it anymore, it's like, oh, great, here, come and pick it up whenever you want to. And it's amazing. Next up is gardening. I know this is not available to everybody. Like, we're renting right now, and we're very lucky in regards to the fact that our landlord lives above us and she is an amazing gardener. So like, she's even given us a couple little plots in her backyard for us to garden and to like garden with the kids. Last summer we were here and we were swimming in tomatoes. She has cucumbers, zucchinis, and it's amazing. And there's just so many benefits to gardening and I absolutely love it. And that is a huge reason that I want my own house. It's just because I want to have my own garden. But anyways, if it's available to you, do it, because again, it's fun. There's a lot of benefits to gardening and it just saves you a lot of money. And it's also just such a fun process to learn, because when you start, you know nothing, but you're still able to grow something. And it's just so like shocking and empowering and beautiful. Using less products in general. So for example, the internet has told me, and I've learned recently, that our washing machines only need like a tablespoon of laundry detergent. How many of us are filling up the little cups like with 4 tablespoons of laundry detergent, putting it in? It does not need that much. That is just the company telling you to use up their product faster, so you have to go out and buy more of it sooner. But like the same thing is true with everything. Use a little bit less oil when you're cooking. But like, how many of us are overusing how much shampoo and conditioner our hair needs and just washing it down the drain? Because our brains are funny, and if we've already bought it, we tend to think that that's not money spent, kind of. So we are not shy about using up our products. But I find the skimpier I am with things, the longer they last, the longer amount of time before I have to go and buy it again, the more money I save in the long run. Okay, this is a big one for me personally. It's just holding onto your glass jars. So for example, we have a ton of glass peanut butter jars. We love Adam's peanut butter. And like when we first moved here, we had nothing in regards to like a lot of kitchen stuff. I really wanted to go out and buy this whole like flat pack of mason jars. And I was like, no, I've done this before. Like, let's just wait and accumulate our glass jars over time. So instead of spending a ton of money on glass jars, just save up what you already get, like marinara jars, whatever. They do the same exact job. Okay, I'm finishing sentence. Okay. Anyways, if you have gotten to the end of this, and this is the second video you watched, this is 52 things actually of frugal habits that you can do over time that just save a ton of money. A lot of it is just little nitty-gritty things, but a lot of it too is like the mindset of it, because that is where you're really going to see the biggest difference. You have to change your mind on how you save money and spend it. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!